Welcome back to the channel. This is Achi'ka Da'veed. I hope you enjoyed your lesson yesterday. Today, we're going to have a new lesson. We're going to go over the 5 new letters, okay? There are going to be 5 of them. They're going to go in order. So the one we're going to start with is number 6. And how do you say 6? I'm going to tell you how you say 6. Very simple. It's called shishe. 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 Okay, so you hear that? Sh, 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 shishe. That's how you say number 6. What's our 6th letter? Our 6th letter is going to be what they call the Vav. The Vav is used and represented in the ancient Hebrew language as a tent peg. It holds everything together. In the Hebrew language, or should I say in the Hebrew text, because that's where I study biblical Hebrew. I don't speak the modern Hebrew. I only deal with the ancient biblical Hebrew. And that's what we're talking about. So if this is something that you're looking for to learn modern Hebrew, it has the biblical Hebrew is where they get their foundation, even create the language. Okay, what the Jewish people talk about. The modern Hebrew is based upon the biblical Hebrew. Even if you went into the University of in Tel Aviv or over in Jerusalem, they use the biblical Hebrew to teach you the language. I wonder why. It's because that's the foundation of the language. The biblical Hebrew, the scroll, the Torah is the foundation of the language. You understand me? So if you understand the language and you understand the Torah, you're going to be pretty smart, okay? As I said to you earlier in some of my other videos, we're starting to work from the right side of our brain instead of the left side. The left side of the brain is where you have your Western thought processes. How do I know this? Because when you're reading in the Western thought, you're reading from the left to the right. When you deal with the Hebrew, you're going from the right to the left. So this is going to mess with your head, okay? Just like the ideas and the concepts that I mentioned to you. They're going to kind of mess with your head. They are. They're going to get you to start thinking, and it might make your head hurt. But anyway, the Vav has 50,000 Vavs in the Hebrew text, in the Torah. There's 50,000 in the Tanakh, and according to all the biblical scriptures. Why? Why 50,000? Because if you take the Vav out, the tent peg that holds everything together, everything falls. The words of Yah are held together by the Vav. Don't you get it? It's the tent peg, right? So that's an awesome letter. What's the second letter? The second letter is going to be called the Zion, okay? Which is the 7th letter. Excuse me, 7th. How do you say 7th in Hebrew? I'm going to tell you. It's called Shavi'i. 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 I want you to practice that. I'm going to put it up on here, okay? It's the Shavi'i. The Shavi'i is the 7th ordinal number of Hebrew, okay? So our 7th letter today is called Zion. Okay, or Zion, okay? Zion, I said Zion, I'm so, ready to go home. Zion has to do with a cutting instrument for harvesting. It's an agricultural tool that's used to bring in that which is harvested, okay? To cut, all right, it's a cutting instrument. One of the words that they use the Zion in is called Zahav. You probably heard of it before. If you haven't, here it is. It's called Zahav. And Zahav means gold. Okay. Why is they using a Zion, a cutting instrument for gold? I'll tell you why. Because it has to do with agriculture. When you look at the barley and the wheat that they had to harvest, guess what color it was? It was gold. Kind of looked like my little head covering here, my kufi. It was gold. And so when they looked at it, it's like, that looks like gold. And that's how they came up with the name for gold. Isn't that wonderful? So what you see is a direct connection between the culture and the physical things that the agriculture. Okay, so culture, agriculture, and language all go together and they all function together. That's what's amazing about this language. Okay, now we're going to go to our number 8th letter. Okay, and how do you say 8 in Hebrew? The 8th letter, or excuse me, how you say 8th in Hebrew is called Shemine. 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 Okay, so I'm gonna put that up on the board for you right here. Shemine. Shemine is the number 8, okay? The ordinal number, not the cardinal number. We'll go over that later, okay? So the 8th letter in the Hebrew language is what they call the ket, okay? Ket. What's the pronunciation? It's a like kite or coke or it's a CH sound. Okay, so that's the sound of it. I probably forgot to tell you what the sounds of the Vav is, but the Vav is a V sound. It's a V sound. Okay, and what is the sound of the Zion? Easy. It's a Z sound. It's like in zoo. So here we have the ket as a k. What does it mean Hebraically? Well, from a Hebraic agricultural standpoint and cultural standpoint, it has to do with a dividing, a wall. It has to do with the wall. I mentioned in one of my videos the word ak, which means a strong wall, which is a what? A brother. And that's what I am to you. I'm a strong wall of defense. I'm supposed to stand in between you and anything that can cause you harm. Just a little side note here. My channel exists because I want to do something for Yah's people. That's what I want to do. And that's what I'm doing. You guys give me inspiration. And that's why I keep doing what I do. It's because I have a purpose. And my purpose is to teach the people of the Most High some of the very basic things about the language so they can learn how to read, to write, and to study the Torah. Because this is what this is all about. Okay? What's our ninth letter? Our ninth letter, or excuse me, how do you say number 9? I keep forgetting. How do you say 9? Ordinal number and 9, the ninth letter. Well, you say 9 as Tashi'i. 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 Tashi'i is number 9. It means the ninth letter or the ninth place, okay? That's what an ordinal is. Ordinal basically means the order, okay? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the order in which things go, okay? With cardinal number, on the other hand, has to do with quantity, okay? Ordinal numbers has to do with order. What order does things come in? So Tashi'i is the ninth letter in place, okay? We'll get a little bit more into that a little bit later. So the ninth letter, like I mentioned to you, is called the tet. And how do you say or pronunciate the tet? Is nothing but a T sound, as in toy, or tomorrow, or tank, or tool. That's all it is. You already have the language inside of you. One young lady, I went to a Sukkot. I won't mention her name. She knows who she is. She told me that you already know the language. The language is already in you because you already know the sounds. So all the sounds that I've already mentioned to you, like the bet sound, the B, the dalet, the D, the gimel, the G, the G sound, the vav, the V, I mean, the tet, the T, the ket, the ke. You already know these sounds. You've been knowing them since you were a child. So what's the difference? The difference is you're just not used to how to put these sounds together and making these different sounds with your mouth. And you're not used to reading from the right to the left. That's all this is. But once we start developing these things, you're going to be fine. What's the 10th? The 10th letter. How do you say 10? 10th in Hebrew. Asere. 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 Asere has to do with the 10th letter. And what's our 10th letter? It's called the Yod. Okay? And what does the Yod represent? The Yod represents the hand. The hand and the arm. Okay? Why do you use your hand and your arm? You use it to do things, to do work with it, to put your hands to things. Also, too, it has the idea, when they put the Yod, or even for the word yada, to know something, it means for you to put your hand on something to actually know it, okay? So the Yod has to do with strength and power and to take hold of something, okay? And the sound for that is this one's a little tricky because it has two sounds. One, as we say, a lot of people think it's a Y sound, which it is, okay? But it also has an I sound, okay? But when I say I, I'm not saying like, let me put it this way. Some people say it's two E's. But the pronunciation, all I could tell you is that when you make a sound, it could be a Y sound like like in yes, Y-E-S, or in Hebrew, when you see it on the end of a word, or between words, it has this I sound, which a lot of people call them two E's put together. And let me give you the proper pronunciation of it, okay? And I'll give you an example. Let's take the word shemine, okay? Shemine, that's what? Number 8. When they have those yods inside of this letter, or inside of this word, excuse me, those little yods are pronounced as an I sound, as in the expression of it, like it. So before you say it, or you finish it, that's the sound. It's a it. So when I say shemine, ne, if I put an IT on it, it would be sheminit. But you got to make that sound. It can't be an E sound. It can't be shemini. That's not the proper pronunciation. It cannot be tashi'i. It is tashi'i. It can't be tashi'i. It's not tashi'i. It's not shinini. It's not ni. It's not e. It's I. Shini. Okay? It's shilishe. It's reve'e. It's kamishe. It's shishe. It's sheve'e. It's shemine. It's tashi'i. It's I. And that's how you say it. Okay? I'd like to thank you for spending your time with me today. I know it was a little couple of extra minutes, but I think you guys need to hear it. All right. I hope you're enjoying this program. And I want to thank you again. I need you to like, share, and subscribe, and share this with someone who you may think be interested in learning the language. And again, it doesn't cost you anything but your time. Shalom.